Namaste, welcome my friends, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this weekly Yin Yoga class. For today's class, we're gonna just do a break from work. So if you've been sitting at your computer all day and you just need a 45 minutes, 40 minutes of break just to be able to relax the shoulders, the back, the neck, side body, back body, front body. So really it's from head to toe. For this practice, if you happen to have a yoga strap, please go ahead and grab it. If you don't have one, a towel, like a hand towel, or even a leather belt would do. You don't want the belt to be elastic. So grab whatever props you need. And as usual for Yin, we do use a lot of props. So if you think you need a bolster or blankets or whatever, please grab everything that you need and I will meet you on your mat. And as you sit tall on your mat, you can have your strap and the towel or whatever it is that you're using to the side. And then just close your eyes for just a moment. Just notice what's happening inside. And really, without even changing anything, we're, often so quick to want to change things. So just before we even begin to change anything, just notice. We always have to measure in order to even start the change process. So just notice the natural inhalation, notice the natural exhalation. Notice your body all the way from your toes through the ankles and the hips and the belly and the back and the chest and the neck. And maybe you feel like a ball of knot, and maybe you feel some areas of spaciousness. Can you allow yourself to be welcoming to whatever the sensations are? Even if there's ache and pain or tightness or tension, can you begin to have a sense of conscious compassion for your body? Exactly the way it is. So often we tend to refer to ourselves as, bad hip or bad knee or, different things, but can that knee be okay exactly the way it is? Can the neck and the shoulders be accepted exactly as it is? And take one more deep breath in. Sigh it out. And then as you're ready, blink your eyes open, please. Bring your knees together. Put your hands flat on your mat. We're going to start with some nice, easy cat-cows. So inhale, lift the chest up, send the tailbone up. As you exhale, take your hips all the way back to your heels and come into child's pose. And then lift yourself back up into cow pose. Send the tailbone up. Maybe tuck your toes under. Take a nice deep breath here. As you exhale, untuck your toes, round the back, and come into child's pose. And one more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Really move with your whole inhalation. Let the top of the inhalation lift your chest. Tuck your toes. Allow the heart to lift up. Exhale, pull the belly around the back. Bring the tops of your feet down and then go to child's pose. Bring the forehead down onto the floor. Just pause here for a moment. Notice your back side body. Close your eyes. Inhale. And exhale. And then coming all the way back up to tabletop pose, please. Send that left leg back behind you. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left toes down and then swivel on the inside edge of the left foot. And as you do, just kind of press yourself back. Use your hands to press yourself back. So the bottom of the left foot is on the floor and your right knee is on the floor. And then come back to the center, lift the left heel up, and then come to the outside edge of the left foot. And notice what's happening on this side. Inhale, come back to the center, inner edge of the left foot. And then come back to the center, exhale, outer edge of the left foot. So go back and forth like this. Notice what's happening in the low back. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale here and exhale. If it feels good, you can actually lift that left arm up. When the inside edge comes up, stretch it up. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Swivel on that left outer edge and then lift the right arm up. Just notice what feels good. One more time, inhaling. Inner edge of the left foot comes down, reach the left arm up. Exhale here and then inhale, come back to the center. Outer edge of the left foot comes down, lift the right arm up, stretch it up. Exhale, lower that right hand down, bring the left knee down. Inhale, reach the right toes back behind you, tuck the right toes under, and then begin to lean the inside edge of the right foot in. Inhale, stretch out that side. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, bring the outside edge of the right foot down. And kind of move back and forth. Go really nice and slow, so you can really feel your low back. You can really feel all the muscles in that right leg, moving side to side. Maybe you like to even pause. Anywhere you want to pause, you're definitely welcome to do that. Inhale, coming back to the center. Maybe you like to lift the left arm up when the outside edge of that right foot comes down. Inhale to the center, exhale. Maybe the right arm lifts up. Just notice what feels good. Stretch it out. Let's just do one more time. Inhaling. Exhale, outside edge. Inhale, reach here. And then coming all the way back to the center and bring the inside edge and reach the right arm up and stretch it out. Lower the right hand down, bring the right knee down onto the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, pull the belly around the back into child's pose. Stay in your child's pose for just a moment. Drop the head down to the floor. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. And then come all the way down on your belly. As you come down on your belly, we're going to go into crocodile pose first. So stack your fingertips, let your elbows go out to the side, let your legs come together, the buttocks are really relaxed. Rest your forehead on top of your stacked hands, and then really let your armpits melt down towards your mat. This is a really nice, easy back bend. So rest your forehead for just a moment. Notice what's happening in the shoulders, in the back of the neck. Maybe take some nice deep breaths into the belly. Feel the belly press against the mat. And then as you exhale, can you allow that breath to flow up and out through the open mouth? 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Breathe into your belly. Feel the belly press against the mat. Really feel that expansion of the belly. This is a really good practice place to practice that belly breathing. And then as you exhale, empty the belly and really allow the breath to travel out through the mat. One more time. Inhale. Let the belly expand, and as you let the belly expand, can you now feel the side body expand? As you exhale, can you let the breath come all the way out, up and out of the mouth? And then gently press your chest up. You're going to come into Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows in a little bit towards each other. The elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. And we're going to make this a really easy Sphinx pose. So let the head drop. Let the shoulders soften away from the ears. It's not very active. Make sure that the hips are soft. You can even wiggle your hips side to side, making sure that you're not squeezing your buttocks. If it feels good, you can even spread your feet a little bit wider apart from each other. Let the head drop. Close your eyes or keep your eyes open if you like to have a soft gaze just in between the elbows. We're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. So you're already almost halfway there. Just close your eyes. breathe into that space behind the heart. There's a space between the shoulder blades, behind the heart. The ancient scriptures said that the soul resides here. I can't scientifically prove that, but if you just go with it, can you breathe into that space? Or if you can imagine a hand of someone you love in between your shoulder blades and you're breathing into their hand. And exhale. And 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Let the head completely drop. You feel that stretch in the back of the neck. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then bring your forehead back down onto the floor. Place your hands right next to your rib cage. Gently lift your torso up into a low cobra. And then take that right shoulder back and take the left shoulder back. So you're almost like swaying your shoulders side to side. Maybe you like to take your gaze over to the right shoulder and then take your gaze over to the left shoulder as you take the shoulders back. Just kind of circle the shoulders back and up and back as you take your gaze over the opposite shoulder. And then press yourself back up once again, back into child's pose. Take a nice deep breath here, lengthen the spine, feel the nice stretch in your low back. Exhale. And then as you're ready, gently begin to bring that right knee in between your hands. As you bring the right knee in between your hands, kind of spread your legs a little bit wider. You can have that left knee bent. So we're kind of doing a variation, and a gentle variation of pigeon prep. So the back knee is bent, the right knee is bent, my right heel is towards my right groin, and then I'm gonna see if I can bring my hands down in front of my right shin. And as I lengthen my spine, I lift the chest up, but at the same time, I'm sending my tailbone back behind me. I can stay here, or I can come down on my elbows. If that feels good, come down on your elbows. This is a really good place. If you happen to have a bolster, you can take the bolster and put it right in front of you and put your hands on top of the bolster, or you can even put your hands on top of your blocks if you've got it. And then you can stay here and practice, or maybe some of you would like to take that left arm under your body as you bring your left shoulder and left ear down onto your bolster or on your blocks. Or maybe if you have more flexibility, you can go all the way down to the floor. But make sure your head is resting on something. Take a nice deep breath in. We're gonna stay here for another minute. So close your eyes. Let the back of your neck get long. It's a nice twist. You feel that stretch in that right hip as well as the low back. Maybe even some inner thighs. But more than anything, let your shoulders soften. And you let the jaws soften. Maybe even open your mouth. Exhale it out. One more deep breath in. And then as you're ready, gently begin to press yourself all the way back up. Put your bolster to the side if you're using one. Take that right leg back behind you again. Come back into your tabletop pose. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhale, take your hips all the way back to your child pose and bring your forehead down. And we're gonna stay here for just a moment. Let your armpits melt towards your mouth. Inhale, coming all the way back up to the center. Bring the left knee in between your hands. And then bend that right knee back behind you again. Now facing your left shin, your hands can rest on top of your mat this way. If you like to, you can see if you want to bring your elbows down onto the floor. Make sure that your knees feel okay here. So if you need to adjust it in any way, sometimes it actually really helps if you have a blanket to put it under that back knee to lift it up. See if that works for you. If you are using a bolster, you can bring your arms on top of the bolster. And if the next phase would be, if you like to go a little bit deeper, is to take that right arm underneath your body, thread the right arm underneath, and bring the right side of your face down onto your bolster or your blocks. So I really feel this on this side more. I guess I have a little bit more tension in that left side. Just notice how your body is different day to day. Sometimes we're holding tension in areas that we don't even realize until we actually start our yoga practice. Or, just moving and you feel like, oh my goodness, I definitely feel that. So wherever you are, just again have that sort of welcoming attitude that it's okay. You can even talk to your low back and say, thank you, I'm sorry, I love you. I love you, low back. Thank you for carrying me through the day. Thank you for allowing me to run and hike and bicycle and do yoga and sit tall. Coming from a place of gratitude for your body as opposed to condemnation. As you close your eyes, just allow yourself to melt down towards the floor. And wherever you feel the tension, this is why we love yin practices, because it allows us to sit in this position and notice how the sensations move. And notice how we hold tension in different body parts without even realizing it. And then gently begin to come back up. This is a really good one. If you want to do that again after class, please feel free to do that. Put your bolster to the side for now, and then come back to tabletop pose, please. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale. This time we're going to go into a supported child's pose. So bring your bolster if you've got it. You're going to bring your knees up to your bolster and then just rest your head, your forehead on top of your bolster as you go into child's pose. You can turn your head from one side or to the other side, or you can have your forehead on top of your bolster. If you do it on one side, I'll let you know when to switch sides. So close your eyes. Just let yourself melt on your bolster. As you breathe, send your breath again to that space behind the heart. Can you feel the hands or the paws or someone you love between the shoulder blades behind the heart, and breathe into that space. And then exhale out from an open mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale. And if you want to, you can turn your head to the other side now. Inhaling and exhale. If staying in child's pose is really difficult for you, you can also, another thing that I have found is take the bolster and put it in between your hamstring and your knee. That actually increases the space, and it's a lot easier on the knee. So keep that in mind for future reference. One more deep breath in and exhale. And then gently begin to come back up, please. Put your bolster to the side. And we're going to come onto our back, and this is where the strap or the towel or your belt is going to come in handy. So as you lay down on your back, bend both knees initially. Have the strap or towel right next to you. Put your feet flat on the floor, please. We're going to do some dynamic movements here with the dynamic bridge. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your buttocks. Turn the palms up. The back of your head is resting comfortably on the floor. With your breath, with your inhale, press to the bottom of your feet as you lift the hips off the ground. Pause here for a moment. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to count for a count of 4 and slowly begin to lower your hips down. And one more time, inhale, lift the hips up, pause there, and then exhale for a count of 4. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna change that a little bit. So inhale, please lift the hips up. Now I'm gonna ask you to pause for 2 counts and then lower the hips down for 5 counts. So you're gonna come down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up, pause the breath for 3 counts, and then you're gonna come down for 6 counts. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the hips up, pause the breath for 4 counts, hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly lower down for 7 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and last one. Inhale, lift the hips up, pause the breath in for 5 counts, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower for 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. Bring your knees towards each other. Let your feet be mat width apart. Close your eyes for just a moment. Feel the shift in your body. Notice how pausing the breath on the top of your inhalation may be more energizing, gives you a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a wake up. Now we're going to do that same thing exactly the opposite way. So let your knees be hip width apart, so feet and knees are parallel to each other as if you're standing on train tracks. Palms are up. Now you're going to lift up for a count of 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, lower down for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pause the breath out for a count of 2. 1 and 2. Lift the hips up for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down for 5, 4, 3. Exhale, 2, 1. And then pause the breath out for 3 counts. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down for 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause the breath for 4 counts. Hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up for 4 counts. 3, 2, 1. Lower down for 7 counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause the breath for 5 counts. Hold the breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And last one. Inhale, lift for 4 counts. 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down for 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Return to your normal breath. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then come back to the center. Bring your strap or towel with you. Extend the right leg up towards the sky. Take your strap or towel. So if you're using a towel, I suggest you put the towel around your ankle or your hamstring. If you have a long strap or a belt, put the strap or the belt on the ball of your foot. And then initially just extend the leg straight up towards the sky. So you don't need to think about bringing the leg in towards the body. Just extend it straight up, vertical. Pause here for a moment. If you like to, you can extend the left leg flat on the floor, flex the foot, and then grab both ends of the strap with your right hand. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Flex the foot. And as you flex the foot, can you send that right heel up towards the ceiling? So maybe for you, you're up here. That's fine. Or sometimes if you're really tight, the leg is lower. That's completely okay. Stay wherever you are, but I want you to think about lengthening the back of your leg. So press that heel away from the hip, as if you're lifting that heel straight either towards the ceiling or to that opposite wall. Inhale here. Exhale. I'm gonna stay here for another 30 seconds. If you like to, and only if it feels good, you can gently begin to bring that leg a little bit closer to your body, but not mandatory. You can have a slight bend in that knee to protect the knee and not to hyperextend it. Your left hand can rest on top of the right and the top of the left thigh. If you like to, you can bring it a little bit closer. 5 more seconds. Good. And then wherever you are, see if you can extend the leg up again towards the ceiling, and then take that right leg out to the right. So now go only as far as you can without letting that left hip roll up. That left hip wants to go on that journey with the right leg. Don't let it. Keep the left leg down. In fact, a lot of times what I do is I bring my right tricep and use it as a kickstand. I use my right leg as a kickstand right next to me. So you can just put your right tricep, right elbow down, keep that left hip on the floor. Stay here for another 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Breathe into whatever you're feeling, whether the tension is in inner thighs or hamstring or outer thighs. Just send your breath to there. Just like it, feel like you have a air sac or a lung in that body part. Send your breath deep into that space. And then bring that leg back to the center once again. And we're gonna do that once again. So draw that leg a little bit closer to your chest. Notice if you create a little bit more space. I'm gonna stay here for another 30 seconds. Close your eyes, lift the heel up. So really the intention is to lift the heel away from the sits bones. Imagine you're just elongating the back of your leg. Don't think of it as a hamstring stretch. Just think of it as I'm making the back of my leg longer. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves these little stories. And then come back to the center once again. Now with both hands grab with the left hand grab both ends of the strap. Take your right arm out to the right, palm down, and then begin to bring that right leg across your body. And again, don't let it just drop to the floor. So as you notice, my leg is just parallel to the floor. I'm using my left tricep as a kickstand. So keep the leg, if you can, just parallel to the floor, about a foot off the floor. And you can take your gaze over to the right if you like to. Keep your gaze soft. Remember that right knee can be slightly bent. It's okay to not have a straight right leg. But I do want you to keep that left leg really powerful. So strengthen and lengthen the left leg away from the hip. And then slowly begin to bring that right leg up. Bend the right knee, draw the right knee to your chest, interlace the fingers around the shin, rotate the right ankle one direction, and rotate it the opposite direction. And then put the right foot flat on the floor and bring the left leg up. So if you're using a towel, the towel would go behind the hamstring or your calf. If you have a strap or a long belt, it goes on the ball of your foot. Try not to do it on the arch of your foot, but really do it on the ball of the foot. Send the leg straight up towards the sky. And then see if you want to lengthen that right leg down. And if you do that, keep the right leg really strong. So press the heel down, keep that right hip down. You can use your right hand to remind yourself to keep the right hip down. Now wherever you are, can you flex the left foot as well? Sending that left heel to the opposite wall. So again, think about lengthening the back of the left leg. That's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to create space in the connective tissues in the back of that left leg. You can close your eyes or just have a soft gaze to the ceiling. At this point, if you feel like there's a little bit of an opening or a little bit of a give, you can maybe begin to bring that leg a little bit closer to your chest. But again, think about the heel lifting. And keep breathing. Send your breath to that space behind the leg. And then very gently begin to take that left leg out to the left. Use that left tricep on the floor next to you. Only go as far as you can without letting that right hip come up. So the minute you feel like the right hip is rolling off, just back off a little bit. And then really press into your strap or press the heel away from your hip. Nice deep breaths into the inner thigh, the hamstring, maybe even the lower back a little bit. Inhale, gently come back to the center. Bring that leg a little bit closer to you. See if there's a little bit more space here. Remember, try not to yank that leg or force it to go into any shapes. We're just kind of inviting the muscles to open up. We're never forcing our bodies to get into any shape. We just want to just kindly and compassionately say, hey muscle, do you feel like stretching out a little bit? Now grab both ends of your strap with your right hand and then gently and slowly begin to take that left leg across your body. Use your right tricep, bring the right elbow down. And you can take the left hand out to the left. Maybe your gaze is out to the left. Close your eyes. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your IT band, into your low back, wherever it is that you're feeling this. And then slowly begin to bring it all the way back up. One last time, can you draw that leg a little bit closer to you? Notice if there is a little, maybe even a millimeter closer to you. Maybe there's a little more space. And then gently release. Bend that knee, draw it to your chest. Interlace the fingers around the shin. Rotate that left ankle one direction and rotate it the other direction. And then bring both knees to your chest. Roll over to one side and you're just going to gently come up to a comfortable seat again. And as you come up to a comfortable seat, grab your bolster. And if you don't have a bolster, that's okay. But I'm going to take the bolster, I'm going to put it in between my legs, and I'm just going to rest my chin or forehead on top of the bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, you can take a couple of pillows, or if you don't even have pillows, all I'm going to ask you to do is just kind of round down between the legs. So let your back round, let the chin drop to your chest, let the back of your neck get long. Take a nice deep breath in. It really is more restorative if you have a bolster. Could be a little bit intense if you don't have one, but or pile up blankets or pillows would work too. But just close your eyes here. Again, if you don't have a bolster, all you're doing is just folding forward between the legs. You can keep the knees bent. In fact, I encourage you to keep the knees bent. And then gently you begin to sit up, all the way up, nice and slow. Beautiful. Bring the soles of your feet together. Grab your ankles. Lift the chest up. Exhale and fold over once again. Drop the head down. If you like to use your bolster, you can put the bolster in between your feet and your forehead. Sometimes it works too. If you have blocks here, you can put your blocks on top of your feet and bring your forehead to the top of the blocks. Just depends on whether you want a deeper stretch or you want a little bit of a restorative yin. Now as you inhale, go ahead and sit yourself up. You can cross your ankles and take your hands to your knees, please. Take your left hand, make a soft fist, and put that right on top of your mandible. So not as far as your temple, but just below where the hinge is. And you're just gonna rake that down. This is where a lot of us hold a lot of tension in our jaws. So especially if you tend to speak a lot, in your week or day, just kind of rake it down towards your chin. And also, we have a lot of lymph nodes here, and if your body is fighting something, you may feel the lymph nodes a little inflamed. This allows you to kind of give yourself a lymphatic massage, so you move all these toxins out of your body eventually. So take your hands all the way to your mandible, the hinge between the upper and lower jaw, and then rake it down. And rake it down. You might feel your, if you have allergies or something, these two get really swollen, so you might feel those. And then do the same thing on the right side. Make a soft fist. Take it all the way to the mandible and just kind of rake it down towards your chin. few more times. If you want to stay somewhere, like pause somewhere, just kind of press it down and then rake, you can do that too. Couple more times. Beautiful. And then bring your hands to your neck, please. And do the same thing with the neck. So we have lymph nodes in here in the neck too. So just take it all the way from the bottom of your jaw down towards your collarbone. Bottom of the jaw down towards the collarbones. You can go as soft, as gentle, or as, you know, intense as you like to. It's your body, so whatever feels good. Sometimes it feels good for me to just kind of rake it down with a little bit of intensity or a little bit of a pressure. Sometimes I like to just do a gentle scratch. There's a practice that they do in Ayurveda that's just kind of a dry brush, and you use a dry brush to scratch. Actually feels really good. So do both, see which one you like better. And then take your right hand to your left shoulder and do the same thing all the way down towards your wrist. And just do 3 times. Almost like you're just giving yourself a nice massage. And then do the same thing to the other side. All the way down to your wrist. Almost like you're wringing, like your arm is wet and you're just wringing the water out. Like that. One more time. Good. And then lift the left arm up. This might look a little bizarre initially, but take your right hand to your armpit, to left armpit, and start at the base of, at the top of the armpit, and just kind of massage the armpit down towards your heart. So go as far as it feels good. There are lots of lymph nodes here too, and sometimes too when we get tired and just, you know, exhausted from the week, these lymph nodes work really hard for us. So just kind of touching them and massaging yourself allows you to give yourself some self-care, self-love. These are all concepts that has been practiced in Ayurveda for 5,000 years. Ayurveda is the sister practice of yoga. So you can just give yourself a self-massage and then do the same thing with the right armpit. So take your fingertips and just kind of massage it down towards your heart. You can also do this in the shower. It feels really lovely to take care of yourself this way. Couple more times. Very nice. And then relax here for a moment, close your eyes, sit tall. Notice if you feel tingling in all those areas, your armpit, your jaws, your throat. Those are all fresh lymphatic fluids that rushed into those lymph nodes, trying to create a healthy environment for them. Nice deep breath in, exhale it out. And then gently come on your back, please. We're going to do a nice little twist here. So if you're using a blanket, you can use a blanket or a bolster or a couple of blocks. We're just going to do a nice little twist. So sit on your left side of your body, left thigh. Put the blankets or the bolster between your knees or the block. And then come all the way down on your left side. Pause here for just a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Rest your head on your hand or on your left bicep. And then as you're ready, just open up that right arm out to the right and stretch it out into a twist. My elbows are in 90-degree angles, so like goalposts. Sometimes that feels better than extending the arms out, but see what works for you today. And then as you're ready, gently begin to bring both knees back up with your bolster. You're going to go all the way over to the right first. So lie down on the right side of your body as you rest your head, your right ear on your bicep. Close your eyes for a moment. And then anytime you're ready, you can extend that left arm out and away so you come into a twist. Again, you can keep your arms like goalposts or extend the arms, whatever feels good on your shoulders and neck. And then as you're ready, gently begin to bring your knees back up. Take your bolster or blanket or whatever you got and put it under your knees. And it's a little chilly here today, so I'm actually going to take one of my blankets and put it on top of me. So if you have a blanket nearby, get really super comfortable. I'm going to just kind of drape this blanket on top of me as we come into our final pose, Shavasana. So let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor. Close your eyes. Give yourself whatever it is that you need. You are so worth it. You so deserve to be here. You're such a deserving person. Please, please, please give yourself whatever it is that you need. That's one of the things I realized in my yoga practice. When I initially started practicing, I would sacrifice so much of my own self-care or my comfort for others, or even just, to act right or to be the right person or to look the right way. And I realized that you are number one. So really set an intention here to take care of yourself in every way possible, every way, whether it means eating the right foods for yourself, practicing the way you like to, reading the way you like to, giving yourself kind, compassionate, thoughtful words and encouragement and inspiration. You're very important. If you're ready to get on with the rest of your day and your weekend, please gently begin to bend your knees, draw your knees to your chest. Rock a little bit side to side on your back. Notice which nostril you're breathing out a little bit easier. Roll over to that side and pause for a moment. And with the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat, please. Bring in your hands to your heart center and bow down to yourself for creating this time and space to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Have a beautiful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.